What's good, guys? Welcome back. Yes, back to another video and our first video podcast with me, the Energetic Jay, and welcome to the Energetic Jay Show. Yes, this is my visual podcast, and yes, thank you. Yes. And today I have my lovely, lovely guest with me, my girl Kiera, aka the Thebraiddoktor.
Hey, what it do? What it do?
And today we are going to talk about some very serious topics that we believe that are very serious topics. Okay. So the first topic that we want to start with is about COVID, okay, and COVID in the workplace before and after COVID, how it's very different. Okay, so I want my girl Kiera to start me off. What are some differences that you have noticed in the workplace before and after the occurrence of COVID and the whole height of the pandemic?
So for some obvious ones to talk about, social distancing is still in place and people are also wearing and providing masks in the workplace, which is something I've noticed working in public, and having to have your vaccines updated is something that's also new, which wasn't really a thing before COVID. A lot of businesses are also changing their operations from COVID and things like that. So a lot of businesses have gone out of business because of COVID. And there's a lot of switch to, especially in the food industry, I feel like there's a lot of switch to, like more online ordering via like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and stuff like that. So a lot of places have gone out of business because they haven't been able to like sustain a storefront or a brick and mortar. So that's something to think about as well.
That is actually, and that's funny you say that because when I tell you DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that is a super big thing now. It's like a whole, like their own corporate business with cars.
Most definitely. And then even in the beauty industry, like, well, I'm the braid doctor, so I do hair, so I can attest to this, but being more careful about like the clients that you take and if they're sick or not, and having more flexibility with your clients. Like if I'm sick, they're more understanding now, because sometimes these people be wanting us to be robots. And it's like, I'm a human being, like we get sick and stuff too. But I think with COVID, we made it more normal for people to be able to be sick and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. A lot of stuff has just changed. Like a lot of health precautions and stuff have been updated and stuff like that. Like you can't even go to the hospital and not get a COVID test these days. So
In the workplace, one thing that I've experienced is definitely the whole illness thing. It is
yeah,
very different from how it was before. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm pretty sure you experienced this before working in different places with like more than one person. Like how a person or like yourself will have a cold, right? But you're like, you're not contagious. You just got like the sniffles, just your sinuses. You can have a cough or two. You can
oh
have a
yeah.
mask on and be okay. And nobody will judge you, unless you're around food or something like that. And as long as you're like hygienic about it. Now it's like, after COVID, you sneeze, and somebody might fuck around and look at you wrong. Excuse my language, but it's just like, it's like murder. You can't sneeze, you can't cough, you can't do nothing. And then with a lot of businesses, being in a lot of management positions after COVID, a lot of management, they have to keep a log of all the sicknesses and illnesses that go through the store with every employee now. It's
That's the
not just I don't feel good. I need a doctor's note. It's like, you gotta have some type of proof. You gotta have to log it down. You have to document it. It's crazy because it's like if there's an outbreak, it could be an outbreak in the restaurant or the store or wherever you're at. If you don't have a log of it, where it came from, then you can't find out the source if it's not documented. And that's a really crazy thing that they do now.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's a new one. Wow. Logging sicknesses in the workplace. That's a new one.
Yeah, they document them and put them in logs and stuff like that to like it could be like a list of people. Like say for example, you work at a hamburger shop. Let's just say you make the finest hamburgers
Mhm.
where you from. And you a manager and you got like 12 employees and 60 employees get sick and five of them call off. You have to like put their name in the log and write down their illnesses and go by whatever your policy is for them to come back to work. And no matter how
That's
many times this happens, if they are too sick, you have to do this every time. And then it's like if an outbreak does occur and you're the person that has the symptoms of things like that, then it can be a whole nother game from that. It's
that's crazy. That is super crazy. How about most Taco Bells don't even have like in-person ordering no more? You either gotta go through the drive-through or on the inside there's a little kiosk that they have you order from. Like you can't go to the counter no more.
I have noticed that. And I also noticed that with McDonald's. And I'm not a person that eats McDonald's, but I happened to go into one day for a person and,
Oh
get their
yeah.
food. And my dumb butt, I had been to McDonald's and, ate McDonald's in damn near 10 years. So my dumb ass goes to the counter and the lady looked at me like, you gotta go to the
That's
kiosk. I said, girl, I ain't been to McDonald's in like 10 years. I did not know that. Excuse me. I look crazy. Everybody looking at me. I'm looking at everybody else. Like,
That's how I was at Taco Bell, girl. I went to the counter. I'm standing at the counter about to catch an attitude because I'm like, can somebody help me, please? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, let me just go place my order on the kiosk. Then I placed the order on the kiosk. Then the lady is like, this is you that just ordered the drink. I literally just wanted a drink, you know? And I'm like, yeah, like, damn, I have to place the order on the kiosk to get some interaction. It's crazy.
it is, but it's like that's our reality now, and that is scary.
Yeah.
And they even have people being replaced with robots now. So it's like with that being done, well, that stops illnesses and COVID in the workplace, but also replacing jobs. It's like it's a whole rabbit hole.
Not even that, like you replacing just human interaction, regular human interaction, period. Like it's gonna be that shit is gonna trickle down. Like it's gonna be so many people that don't know how to just have regular conversations because they didn't get to experience being able to go to the counter and order their food at a Taco Bell or some shit like that. If all places decide to do that. And I think that'd be crazy.